Ni hao, today we'll be playing the JH-7. So, what does this thing have? Well, you're pretty overpowered at this 11.3 battle rating, and you don't really have a good flight model. It's mainly just that your avionics are pretty insane. So you get a TWS radar, and then you also get a digital RWR. This means you can take any fight that you want, or you can just run away. Now, you aren't that fast, you go about 1290, the max I pushed it. For weapons, you get PL5E2s. They are pretty fun to use. Stock, you'll get normal PL5s, so these over here. And then you'll also get 12 bombs, which is enough to take out one base, which is pretty good for stock. You get basically 2 kills if you catch them off guard with your radar, and then you can take out a base, so that should be enough to hit your 600 score cap. The main thing about this though is ASMs. These are IOG ARH missiles, and this means you can just passively track a ship with TWSC, and then this will lock onto the ship and follow it. Your launch range you're looking at is about 30 kilometers, maybe about 4,000 meters up in the air. These are sea skimmers, so if you launch them at like 10 kilometers away and you're at 4,000 meters up, you're never going to hit. So if you are close, just go down to the deck, and then they don't have to go all the way down to the deck first and then level out to hit the vehicle or the ship. And yeah, so let's get into the match. Okay, here we are. So the first thing you'll notice, well, I've set my TWS to 74 kilometers. That just gives you like a massive idea of where everyone is. And then the second thing, this cockpit is terrible. Okay, look at this. Close the cockpit glass. You have 0 side visibility. You can look up, that's fine. And then you get your Chinese dong right in the middle. So, binding head movement, very good. This I just use to scout around. In dogfights, you see the G over here. Just go ahead and make your glass and touch that G. And this should give you enough bottom field of view to be somewhat useful. As you can see, our TWS radar already giving me a great view that I got a friendly over here and a friendly over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come around this, and maybe if there's a boat at H, or I'll just go ahead and launch on the carrier. So radar modes, it's like absolutely insane. You've got like 7, I believe. So TWS, search pulse Doppler head on, TWS head on, search PDV head on, TWS GMTI, TWSC, search pulse Doppler. What is that? Okay, and then go back to TWS. Very nice scope scales. You get your 40 by 11, so you get a wider view of the area, but you can still keep the target locked. And then for vertical, you get like a 20 by 20 box, which is very nice for tracking a singular thing. So what I do is I do this for getting an idea of the battlefield. This for when I'm about 10 kilometers away, just tracking someone, making sure he doesn't have backup. And then this for finally locking down on him and shoving my PL5 right into his cockpit. So as you can see, we already have a Zomba, I believe. He's definitely got to be bombing, and we do have ships over here. So let's try. Maybe we can just release on these guys. Probably drop my radar a bit. Let's go into 40 by 11, give me more vertical, and there we have ships. So I think we're at a decent altitude right here. I'm going to drop a tiny bit more. Okay, and then let's get ready to drop. I'm going to launch 2, he's side on, let's do 3. This should kill him very easily. Make sure I don't have flaps up or anything like that. Because they're ARH, I can go straight back into TWS, try find that guy that I was previously tracking. And let's just watch these destroy the boat. Where did the boat go? Oh, there. 9% crew, that thing's gonna die. He's fire listing, no engine. Let's finish him off quickly. Let's turn around, go here, decrease that, put it forward. Have him in my view. I'm still on AGMs. Or ASMs. Should pick him up now. Come on, there we go. And launch. Try to see if we can track this in. There it is. Hopefully the ship doesn't kill me. Let's turn radar off. Keep that thing in sight. And nice. So welcome back. I found a Phantom. I completely whiffed everything. Here you can see the speed of the aircraft. It'll go about 1294. That's the highest I've seen without ripping. I haven't pushed it past 1300 and I'm not gonna try. So you can see the fuel consumption on this is absolutely insane. Let me just see, look how fast I'm on 5 minutes and it's just absolutely disappearing. So I'm gonna have to try run away from a Phantom while going 100% throttle. Your rear visibility also not the greatest compared to something like an F5. It's a bit better than MiG-21s with rear visibility. Say that's all because of these little back windows. I've used them once or twice. Your forward visibility, you get these arches here. And these arches right here, which make it insanely hard to get an accurate gunshot. To get an accurate gunshot, you'll need them in this little picture right here. And then your pipper has to also be in there. With your JH-7, which I believe that's the correct gun. Yeah, or 23 more cannon. You gotta pull insane lead. And if you don't have skill to aim, which I'm still learning how to aim this gun properly. I've hit some crazy shots, which I'll show now.
Well, okay, well, at least you're on his 6. Nice!
From the videos I showed you, the 2 kills of me killing that Mirage and the MiG-21, you can see they're very lucky, and you kind of just got to point your nose where you believe your plane is aiming. So you're using their position and your position, and you're kind of lining up your nose with where they're going to be, and you're just holding down the trigger. So let's see if we have anything for us to immediately go for. Otherwise we're just going to go for these and come in like so. We're going to give them 2 each, and hopefully that does enough to kill them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to TWSC and try find those ships. So they should be below me. I want to try tilt my radar. Let's go into a more vertical scanning radar, and there they are. Right, hopefully that's not my friendly boats. You do kind of have to like assume. So that's the Bravo. That's the Bravo ones. That's already dead. It does pick up ships that are under the water for some reason that nobody knows. Well, I assume it's just shitty coding, but that's guys, you know. So I gotta find these 2 vessels quickly. They drop to 37 and go to this. There they are. Now then, your locks aren't very reliable with track C, but they're alright. As I said, you don't need to lock because they are ARHs, which is really nice. So then we're at about 19 Ks. I should lose altitude quickly because this might not dive down to the deck in time. So I'm going to give 2 to one of them and 2 to the other one. Okay. Make sure you space them out. In test drive I have seen them explode on each other. There we go. Back to normal TWS. These ones should... Okay, enemy in front of us. These ones should go to... Can hear my missiles. You see there? It just proxied on itself. Or it proxied on the other missile, which is pretty terrible. So, that one hit. I didn't space out the other two properly. And they just killed each other. See? What the fuck? Oh, what the hell? That's a fire? Such a terrible... Okay. I must have gotten a kill assist. No, that's a fire sound. I hate you guys so much. Okay, enemy plane incoming. Dive to the deck a tiny bit. I believe PL5 domes him. Might be the F4E. He's gonna die to this. No way about it. He's dead. Okay, good. There was a F5C. And that's basically how you'll get most of your kills. Let's not die to ITOs. So, as I said in the intro, you're going to find people with TWS and boop them in the head on. These are not dogfighting missiles, they are IRCCM long range missiles with gate width, which makes zero sense because you would think gate width is better at closer ranges, but you put it on a long range missile. I guess the Chinese probably didn't have anything like the 9M's IRCCM. Got an F4 behind me. And we got friendlies, not a lot of enemies there. F4's tracking me. You know what, I'm not going to ignore that. I'm just going to slowly turn around. And then I'm going to... It should be an F4C, so I'm just going to show him what's up and dome him. There he is. Is that 2? No, that's A. So that there together, that's got to be defending aircraft. I'm going to just give him a bit more distance. He's about 10 k's away from me. Just give him more distance so I'm not immediately in ITO range, because they do have very far range. See that A7 died. Go ahead and turn my TWS front. Go 40 by 11 to reacquire him. He should be in this general area. There's a burning wreck, so that's my A7, and that's a phantom shooting right there. Let me just double check. I don't want to ping him for too long. That's a phantom. Yep, F4E. So they did change mechanical TWS radars. They now have a bit more ghosting, or they take longer to update. I can't explain it fully, but just they just take longer to update. Okay, ITOs have launched on me. They should be out of range. I'm going to decide whether I should play with my... I'm never catching this guy. Let's just kill him. I'm not going to play with my food here. And he's dead. There we go. He's dead. This is basically how you'll get most of your kills. Ideally, you don't want to dogfight. You can if you want to. But you're mainly going to be using your Minecraft arrows to snipe people. So here we see I'm going 1310, which I'm surprised I haven't ripped. I'm not sure on the rip speed. I should probably check with WTRTI. But hey, the boats that we shot at earlier right there, they're still going fine. So what I'm going to do, we have an arrestor hook on this plane. So let's go ahead and land on the carrier. So you see it's bitching my voice warning system, so it means like I'm doing something wrong, and that's because I have my airbrake out. So although I can't understand it, I do understand that something is not what it should be. Your landing flaps can go out about 560. You don't really stall with landing flaps out. So you don't want to use them in a dogfight. You will not get over a loop, especially if you do landing flaps and then go into manual. Yeah, when I was stock and doing dogfights, I could not get over the loop with landing flaps out. Oh fuck! I might be cooked here. Hold on. Hopefully, just okay. He sees me. I rip my flaps and we have merged. I gotta make sure everything's up. There he is. I am kinda screwed right now. I think he lost me. No, he did not. Good flare. And I guess I'll just slowly rate while I hopefully get back up. I got 12 minutes of fuel. He will catch me. We go about the same speed. And he's throwing away all his speed, so I'm just going to try hold 700. Sit down, doggy. Nice, okay. So that's what I mean about you kind of got to point your nose where you think they'll be, and then you can dome them. Ah, for fuck's sake. Is that a friendly? No. Oh. Hopefully that's a friendly. I'm not going to check him with RWR, I'm just going to try land. So, that MiG-21 had all the advantages in the world. I was going to land. That's the thing about landing on the carrier, it's not entirely safe. But he should have won that, but he threw so hard. Okay, this carrier is doing the Tokyo drift, so it's going to be quite hard to land. Oh boy, really carrier? You're being annoying. And it's shooting at something, what is that? Please be AI. So I'm just gonna accept my fate that I might die here. But I do want to do a carrier landing, so whatever. The question mark there. Alright, the question mark, wasn't it an Etten dart? I do know the earlier Etten dart does give you a question mark. But I'm not too sure what it is at the moment, because there's no fonts in my lobby. Keep my gear down, and there should be a landing. Try a hook button, and there we go. No, really? Okay. So what it did there, it hooked, but it didn't stop me fully. So I've got to go air brake in. Is my flaps up? I'm getting pulled to the left quite a bit. I have 9 minutes of fuel. Let's go ahead and try land again. Okay, so that's got to be an AJ. Where's my airfield? I'm just going to go to my airfield. You know what? Yeah, it's going to take too long. And I'm not going to get jumped again. So, tracking the enemy in front of me. He is going the same way towards my carrier, so I am going to do afterburner. And I'm going to pray I don't have to ditch my ASMs and merge with him. I'm hoping I can just PL5 up his ass, and that's the end of it. See if I can point my nose towards him. I think he's going back into the eye point. Let's find him there. That's a Phantom. No. It's either Phantom or Harrier. I'm thinking Harrier. Considering I'm catching him, it's probably a Harrier. Is that my friendly? Yes, it's my friendly, the fucking dumbass. So we've located the carrier again using visual clues. We can see him on the map. We point our nose straight to him. We're at 2,000 meters, distance 37 kilometers. Now then, I've hit 60 kilometer shots at 6,000 meters up on the carrier, but they didn't do much damage. So I want to do about 33 kilometer shots. Separate your ASMs. Otherwise, the missiles will just kill each other. So they are now tracking. I can go back to TWS because they are ARH. See, there's a friendly here. This boat is somehow still alive on H. I'll go for it next, I think. And A7K behind me. Let's go deal with him. I'm not a fan of this radar, how it always follows a target, because it resets your vertical, which is kind of annoying sometimes. We are on 1 PL5, so I'm going to pray he dies in the head-on. There is the sun right there, but he is on the deck, which is nice. I do see him visually. Let's go ahead and set my HUD. My HUD's good. And this guy seems a bit oblivious, so I'm going to just pre-lead, and he's dead. And that's, again, what your PL5s are good for. So the question mark is not the A7K, it's the Buccaneer. So then let's head to the carrier. Hopefully we can get there in time. Our missiles should, at about 30 kilometers, your missile should hit the target going 1100. And good hit. Only got one hit, 2 hits. Didn't do much the second one. See, do we get a third or fourth? Let's make sure I'm not in AA range. So it just seems like 2 hits. What you will notice, these missiles are quote-unquote smart. And what that means is they're not like your AGMs where they target a single point. They will kind of spread out and they don't communicate with each other. I think that's a bit cope. But what they'll do is they'll target different components of a ship. And I was seeing 2 defenders imposed on each other, and I got an AJ right behind me, so I gotta go defensive. Is he on me or is he on... He might actually be launching at someone else, so I'm actually gonna ignore him, which you should never do. But I kinda want a free kill. So I see the Buccaneer. I'm gonna preempt. Okay, yeah. So that AJ is by my carrier. He launched on the friendly. Set my HUD up again, and then turn off my radar. Not sure if the Buccaneer gets a good RWR, but I'm gonna assume he might. And we're just gonna try sneak up on him. If I had my PL5, he'd be dead. I think he knows that I'm following him, and that he's running to the airfield. Yeah, he knows that I'm here. Hopefully I can kill him before he reaches the airfield. So let's go ahead and line that up right there. Miss. Got him. I did get damaged by something. I'm going to hit the deck because ITOs are line of sight. And let's run to my airfield. I'm glad I get to bully Buccaneers in this thing. Most zombies are free food. It's very fun finding F-111s and head-onning them because they have rear-facing mores. Harriers as well, but most of the Harriers are launched in the head-on actually have a brain and see the missile coming. The Buccaneer still in the match, and friendly is needing cover right here. I have 0 fuel, but hopefully I can distract him. Okay, that's AJ-37. Oh boy. He sees me. No, he doesn't. I'm gonna form up on him. He'd be dead right now if I had a PL5. I want to stick behind him because then he can't see me. He is going quite slow right now. There's an F4 as well, so I kind of got to kill this guy very fast. You know what, maybe I no. Thinking I might ignore him and get him in a straight line. Oh, sorry, fly away from him, hoping he doesn't see me. But I'm in a better position right now, so I'm going to just try go for the kill. I think he knows I'm here. Yeah. Missed my first burst. Go into combat flaps. I'm low on ammo, so I just got to kind of sit on his ass. Call for backup in case I can't kill this guy by myself. See, that's your poor visibility right there. I can't see him. There he is. I should have been using afterburner the whole time. I'm probably not going to have enough fuel to RTB, but hey. I got a stalled out AJ right in front of me. And an F4 on my ass. How nice. He whiffed. Good. This guy's stalling himself out. I should be able to get a shot right here. I'm alive. He's dead. I'm running. I might not be able to run. Oh, yep, I'm a fat target for him. Avoid spinning out. He's above me. I'm screwed here. If I had fuel, I would 1,000,000% have taken that fight. What I would have done is try force the overshoot. Although I was already damaged. And just try pull some shit out of my ass. Maybe he would be a bad player. You shouldn't rely on that, but that was probably the only way I was living that if I had fuel. Tracking a friendly being chased by an enemy in front of me. About 40 kilometers away. You don't get distance on your HUD, so you gotta like use your scope scales and just approximate. Like this is probably 35 kilometers. Yup, 35. Do you see him on my HUD right there, on my bottom left? Just try. I've lost him. There he is. They're quite high. He's calling for help. I'm gonna hit it into afterburner. Just keep an eye on the enemy. You can see him with his wingtip vortices. That's the friendly gone up high. My TWS is struggling because they're on top of each other, which is why you should never lock people and assume it's 100% friendly from far away. You should always do it with a grain of salt, because it can easily switch onto a friendly. It's telling me that guy right there is an enemy. I'm gonna assume it is. Try keep eyes on him the whole time. F4 launched, that is at me. I'm gonna have to try roll the missile. I rolled it. And I've merged with an F4. Call for more help, keep my speed up. I'm gonna try immediately PL5 this guy. Sun is in the way and I've lost visual. Try relocate him, drop my radar dish a bit. Just gonna keep turning in the direction he was turning, he might have dipped. That's him right there. So this is a 2v2 dogfight, there's a friend further up that way. But I gotta deal with this phantom right here. Okay, I'm gonna deploy my landing or my combats. I'm gonna go up and around. I should have position on him here. And there's a F5, so I'm fucked. Yep. So that is a JH-7 game. Still coping a bit right now, because every time I wanted to actually get into a fight with an F4, I was getting jumped by an F5, and you are not going to be able to deal with those unless they are lobotomized. But even a granny behind the wheel is still going to run circles around you. So to summarize, you are not flight model overpowered like a F5. You are overpowered with regards to your avionics. You got your good TWS radar, your good digital RWR. As I said earlier, your enemies will either have one good RWR or one good radar, not both like this thing. And then your missiles, just find people with your TWS radar and just launch at them from the head on without hard locking them. In 11.7 to 10.7 lobbies, you'll be dealing with mirages all the time. F4s are always going to be there. But your main thing with mirages, you beat them most of the time. You just got to get past the magic 2s and the head-on. Your your flares drop downwards, so they're not the best, but you get 70 single pops or 84 if you only do flares. But thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. And yeah, this is a JH-7. Definitely not a dominant aircraft. If it had two more missiles, I'd say it'd be completely broken, like the 12-3 but this sits at 11-3. I expect it to get moved to 11-7 whenever the battle rating changes happen. And there you'll only see mirages most of the time. Uh, good luck. Good luck with that. Just make sure you pre-flare a lot if their nose is pointing in your general direction. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Goodbye.